Welcome to Healthy Lifestyle with Lori Anne. I am Lori Anne. Our goal here at Healthy Lifestyle is to inspire, educate, and empower you to fulfill a healthy, emotional, spiritual, and physical life so you can feel empowered to live the life you have always wanted and dreamed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're enjoying your day. As you can hear, I'm having a hard time starting my mouth up, so I definitely need another cup of coffee here. But in the meantime, June, welcome to June 2021. I'm so excited about this. Remember, this month is Pay It Forward month for us. We just want to remind you to pay it forward, be it in a line at the grocery store or at the gas station or at the coffee shop, your favorite coffee shop. Maybe you want to pay it forward. I know one of the things that I do is I get some lottery tickets and then I anonymously place them on people's windshields and just leave. And I never know what the outcome is, but maybe we change someone's life. Maybe they feel a little special that day. Just simple things like holding the door open. Pay it forward. So I just wanted to give you a moment of that. But as we're paying it forward, we also have in the studio with us today the great Jackie Zorcik. She is from Arbonne. She is an executive regional vice president, and she can help us feel better about ourselves, talk about these products that help us feel more empowered and better about our life from toes to nose. Jackie, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, gosh, my pleasure. So, Jackie, tell me, how did you get involved in Arbonne? What started this? Because you used to work previously at a major corporation for 15 years. Like myself, I used to work at major corporation and needed to leave that world and start our own business. So what happened?
So I came out of college and thought I would work in the corporate world, and then did not think about what my life would be like when I got married and started a family. And unfortunately, working in the corporate world didn't match with having a family and being a stay-at-home mom. So when I got married and started a family, my husband, John, said, why don't we try to make it on one income? And unfortunately, living on Long Island, that's very difficult.
Very.
So, yeah. So we were 3 years in, and I realized I had to go back to work. And Katie was 3 years old, and Jacob was 18 months old. And my girlfriend invited me to an Arbonne presentation around a kitchen table. And I thought if I could work from my own home and have flexibility and make my own schedule, that I could figure this out. And I jumped in with both feet 14 years ago.
Wow. What was it when you were having that conversation that just clicked that light bulb on for you?
I saw on the kitchen table that it was all products that I buy in my own home. And I loved that they were green and vegan. And 14 years ago, it wasn't we were just really starting to get into that kind of market space.
Buzzwords where they are today. Everybody speaks those buzzwords today, but like you know, back in the 80s when I got certified as an herbologist and an aromatherapist, it wasn't cool.
Right.
They were referring to you as witches and stuff like that because you were or really out there or very
tree hugger.
Yeah,
like
tree hugger.
Yes.
Yeah. Which there's nothing wrong with being tree hugger. However, yes, it's exactly you got painted with a certain brush. But let's talk about the products. I go into a store and a lot of the products have a lot of ingredients you can't pronounce.
Yes.
And a lot of the products have ingredients that you really probably shouldn't be putting on your body or in your body. Is that something that was what caught your eye that day?
Right. Well, what I loved and what I was not educated on was I thought if I bought a product at a store, it was safe for my family to use. And the truth is that, you know, they put ingredients in there that aren't healthy for us to be ingesting or putting on our skin. And so I love that Arbonne followed European standards, which are more strict than our standards in the United States.
Really?
Yes.
That's very interesting you bring that up. And you use the word safe. So when you say safe, it's at that European standard?
Right.
And what is that standard?
So in Europe, they have, I believe when I started, it was like 1,200 banned ingredients with the European Union. And now it's over 1,400 banned ingredients. So when you buy a product in Europe, even you say a name brand product and they sell it in the United States and they sell it in Europe, what they sell in the United States is completely different than the way it's formulated in Europe.
Sure.
And so in the United States, it's literally less than, I believe, 20 ingredients that are banned that companies can't use.
So Jackie,
right?
You would think that are those organizations that are touting that it's FDA approved or this safe or that organization approved and or safe. So why is it, do you think? And I know this is personal opinion at this point.
Sure.
Why do you think that these organizations here in the United States have less stringent standards and yet a more stringent process? Because knowing some people who make product, the process to get approved in the United States is ridiculous, but the standards are knowingly lower than that of over in Europe, and their process is faster.
Right.
What do you think about that?
I think it's just a mindset and understanding and just a disconnect of what we're putting in and on our skin. And I think that the pendulum is swinging where people really didn't think about what they were putting in or on their skin or what was in their products. Yeah. And, I was a product of the 80s. And so I'm only 5 foot tall, but I was like 5'5" when I was in high school because of all the hair products and everything I had.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? So like I never once thought about what was possibly in that bottle that I was spraying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I think that we've come a long way in 30 years that people are turning over their products and they're thinking and they're looking at what the ingredients are, whether it's parabens or phthalates or, all these different things. Yeah.
Yeah. Sulfites, which is associated with 1,4-dioxane, which is a property that could lead to cancer.
Right.
And it's things like that we just don't want to put not only on ourselves, but if we're doing that, we're ingesting it. It's going into our bodies. Just because we put it on the surface doesn't mean it's not getting into our system.
And with Arbonne, I just want to say and clarify, we don't make any medical claims.
Well, we can't make any medical claims at all with regards to that.
This is just what we offer, right? That caters to a person that wants to read ingredients.
I know scientifically, in having worked in a company that did research on 1,4-dioxane, I can say that sulfites and sulfates are in those products. Anything that basically makes it bubbly are those things. And that's not good for us. It's in our makeup. And then when we wash it off, it gets into our water system. And on Long Island and in many areas of the country, we sit on our aquifer. So it's going into our groundwater. And then that water is the water that gets recycled back out. And thankfully, to a lot of good science, a lot of our water then gets repurified and sent back to us. But what we're doing is also our plants are being planted in that same soil that has these products going through it. So to be mindful of that, I'm so happy and applauding companies like Arbonne who are really not only mindful of us as human beings, but also of the land that we are borrowing 100%. To live on.
Absolutely.
And where we want it around for our grandchildren one day. So it's a really good corporation. Plus the environment. I love the people in Arbonne. They're just like these positive, wonderful people who have great mindset. You and I talk about that all. That's
Special
where we came into an alignment right away with our mindset. And the way that we communicate is very different than how other people communicate. Some people refer to it as very woo-woo. It scares the bejeebus out of a lot of people.
Yes.
And the woo-woo-ness and the energy and the positivity makes us suspect. So I wonder why that is.
Well, I think that everything vibrates, right? And so people are at certain frequencies. And I think that you can feel a frequency. If it's foreign to you, then it's going to feel different or unusual. And however that's labeled, whether it's good, I like it, or unusual, different, bad, I don't like it. And so I think that, and again, I think that people are coming a long way. I used to be a completely black and white thinker. So for me, people that know me, this is a completely different person than I was, 20, 15 years ago, 10 years ago.
Right.
But we're all continually growing and evolving.
We should be.
Yes,
we should
hopefully.
Be. There are some people who get stuck, and that's okay. They can choose to be stuck. I know people like yourself and myself, we don't choose to be stuck, and we just continue to move forward. And that positive mindset is so wonderful. Let's talk a little bit about the quality and standards of your products.
Sure.
What are the quality and standards of Arbonne?
So we have so many certifications, and I apologize that I didn't actually print them out now, but we are vegan certified. We are PETA certified. We are gluten-free. We are green, botanically based. And, that is the standard. We are also a certified B Corporation just within the past 2 years. So that means we're not just good for people, we're good for the planet.
Is that what B Corporation is?
B Corporation. Yeah. And also it means that we have, we put people before the profits, right? And so we've all read different articles about companies that possibly knew that things weren't so great in their products and yet still chose to manufacture them that way.
Right. There is actually people in certain corporations that they look at the numbers and see that their profitability is still good, even if they have suits against them based on the products not being healthy. And companies, there are more and more companies, at least that I'm noticing, and maybe again, it's because of where I'm vibrating, more and more companies are popping up, mom and pop shops that are popping up that are typically not big corporations though, that are really very concerned about the products that they're putting out there.
Yes.
And some of them are more expensive, but aren't we worth it?
Right. And to be in service and to be, to elevate and give value. Right. Yes. And so I think that we have been inundated with quantity and not necessarily quality.
Yes.
And people are all on the different spectrum of what they're looking for. And so with Arbonne, we definitely want to give quality,
yes,
as well as value,
and giving back,
and 100% giving back with our foundations,
yes,
and all those things.
And to me, those companies are what resonates with me these days. Actually, they have been for a long time, but they're more in alignment with how I think.
Yes,
and I will patron them, and I will walk away from other. I don't need their product,
right?
And the more I do that separation, the more I find out that it's not something I need.
Yes.
It's just something that somewhere along the way I acquired and it became a standard.
Right.
And it became comfortable.
Yes.
But comfortable isn't always the best for us, right?
Sure. And we vote with our dollars. You know what I'm saying? So when you are buying a product and you might not be in alignment with the way that philosophy of that company is running or what they're doing, even if you buy their product, you're saying, I agree and I'm okay with that.
Yes,
and I
it's
think
the power of the purchase.
We're recognizing that.
Yeah, and power of the purchase. We can
with our purse.
Without a doubt, power of the purchase with our purse, because what we're supporting gives them the dollars to take whatever stance that is that they're taking. So if we don't support them, they no longer have that capability. So I listen to some people, get upset about some things that are happening, and I was like, well, then why do you keep going to those events, or why do you keep purchasing those products?
Yes.
You're supporting their way of doing it, and you're giving a confirmation through your dollars of what they're doing. So we really do have to be a little bit more in alignment in our integrity on what we're doing, even if it makes it a little less, we'll say, comfortable.
Right.
And maybe a little less accommodating, so perhaps the package doesn't arrive tomorrow.
Yes.
Maybe we have to wait a couple of days, which, admittedly, I don't like waiting a week. It's like, I have to wait a week?
Remember those days when you used to wait a week for something, or you order something from a catalog, right? Yes.
It's amazing. But, and this product is really, top shelf. And when we're picking companies, and you selected this company, were they always in that alignment? Like from the day that you got
Yes, they've been green and vegan since 1980. And our founder, Peter Mork, he was a herbalist, I believe. Well, he manufactured cosmetics and skincare for other companies, and he realized that there was a huge opening in the market for a healthier alternative.
Yeah.
So I believe he took 1975 to 1980 to get together with other herbalists and form this company. And he's passed away, but his son Stian talks about, before Arbonne was actually formed, sitting around the kitchen table when it was just an idea.
Yeah.
And I love that, because everything comes from an idea, right? It comes from somebody's brain. And
don't you love those stories?
Yes.
It's like, I wonder what that conversation was like.
Yes.
Hey,
many,
what about
right?
this?
And he talks about that and the idea of what it was going to be like, and then how would the products be made and manufactured, and then where would they be sold. And so it was really a grassroots, belly-to-belly, face-to-face conversation, because we were always green and vegan, which back in 1980, most people were not aware.
Right.
And so it required a conversation, because on the shelf, you have so many different choices. I can remember before I started Arbonne, standing in Target and looking and just being like, I don't know, I like that packaging, right? or whatever it is.
And
how
like
I'm not making an informed decision.
Yes,
right?
exactly. And it's based on, we still do it. I mean, your packaging is beautiful, and you've recently had a rebranding, if you will, of your packaging. So how it looks matters, but what's inside matters more.
Yeah, we're focusing on being carbon neutral. You know what? So really, we're so future focused, and I love that, because it's not, it's in our recycling. It's in everything that we do.
You have less packaging now than you used to.
Yes.
I noticed that as well.
Yeah. We're trying every way to eliminate, to become carbon neutral, which means we leave no blueprint on the earth at all. Footprint. And so I love that something as small as your skincare or makeup or, baby products or hair care products, whatever it is that you're looking for, that you can find it and be in alignment and find something that's, a better option for you.
Without a doubt. It's so funny, because I was looking at when I was a young mom, I would look at everything I would put on in around my babies. And yet I was putting toxic chemicals on me. Yeah. And yet, I would look for these non-toxic, and I would spend more, similar to, buying a cup of coffee, spending $5, $7 on a cup of coffee, because that's what I wanted to do. So the question isn't about can we do it? The question is do we have the will to do it?
And is it a priority to us?
And is it a priority?
And, and that's what I found too, because I think that if it wasn't for me being a young mom at that time, I wouldn't have made that connection, because I was like you, and I hear that so often. I just use whatever on me, but my babies.
Dressed, remember washing just their clothes and dress?
Yes.
Yeah. Ivory Snow back then, and then we moved to dress.
Right.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
Yep. And I've had many conversations like that. And so that's what I think that's why my business was I grew so fast, because I was just like, this is where I started from, and this is what I learned, realizing that many people were thinking just like me, and we just didn't know. And not that we didn't care, but we weren't putting two and two together, right? Because we're so busy, we're stressed out, we're trying to figure this out, we're trying to get this done, pay that bill, whatever the deal is. And it's just the last thing on your mind. You're just not really thinking about your hand soap or shampoo. Right. Yeah.
Right. And but there are a lot of choices out there. And now with all the choices, we have to make informed decisions.
Yes.
And I know when we come back in the second half, I really want to talk about not only the product specifically, but I also want to talk about the opportunity, because as a mentor, I'm a huge proponent of multiple revenue streams. And this is another revenue stream that you can do from your kitchen table.
Yes.
You can do it on the side. You could do it full time.
From your cell phone and laptop, anywhere you are.
There you go.
Yes.
And it does cause, and this is one of the things I thought you saw when you first sat down at the table, was it enabled you a freedom that you didn't have before. Yes. And that's something that multiple revenue streams does. It also provides a freedom, and you're doing something good, and you're giving back, and you're part of something bigger than yourself. All those things make opportunities like this incredibly desirable. And when I look at the whole scheme of things, if you will, why wouldn't you want multiple revenue streams, right?
Absolutely. Multiple streams.
And you even articulated the need, because of certain economical areas, that we have to have two. And I don't know very much any place in the United States where they don't require two incomes for us to really survive, to live in the fashion that we want to live in. And that fashion is very personable. Everybody has a different element to that, right? So, but in the second half, I really want to dive deeper into the product, this opportunity, and share it with everybody who's listening. So if you had to just talk really very briefly about work-life balance, how did that change for you?
Well, I had 2 babies at home, so I didn't have any work-life balance, but I loved when they napped and when I could put them to bed at the end of the evening and jump in and kind of just learn about this business because it was totally foreign to me. I had never had an internet-based business. I didn't even have a cell phone when I started. I barely sent emails. And so
that's not true now.
I know. So now I
You're
had
text
to
message
learn,
savvy.
Yes, and it just makes it so easy and seamless. It can take over, and you want to make sure that you're not letting it soak into every moment. And, but you have that ability and you have that freedom. You're your own boss. And that's what's the best part for me.
Absolutely. You are listening to Healthy Lifestyle with Lori Anne. We're here with Jackie Zorcik talking about Arbonne, their products, some opportunities, multiple revenue streams. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Healthy Lifestyle with Lori Anne. I am Lori Anne. I'm so glad that you stayed with us in the first half, and we're looking forward to the continued conversation. In the meantime, if you want to reach out to us for any reason, please email us at healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com and follow us on Healthy Lifestyle with LA on social media. We are live on Facebook when we are doing the show, so it's a lot of fun to watch. And if you missed anything, you can always go back and grab it there. We are speaking with Jackie Zorcik. She's the Executive Regional Vice President of Arbonne, and we were just talking about a whole bunch of things and how you got started in this, Jackie. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Hello.
So let's talk about some of the products. There's the 30-day healthy living. I love this bundle. I love the direction that this particular bundle goes. And it's a really nice way to jumpstart yourself in really going in the right direction of a healthy living. So first, let's talk about healthy living and what you mean by that. And then let's talk about the bundle.
Sure. So the 30-day Arbonne Healthy Living is about 8 different products. And what we do is we offer a way for you to eat mindfully and also to eliminate sugar and some of the toxins that we're eating, when we're not recognizing every single thing that we're putting in our mouth. So it's a really simple system that you can follow for 30 days. And we give you meal plans and we have, shakes, whether you want to do 1 or 2. And it just really will help you feel better in your skin and cut down on the sugar, cut down on I can't think of the word for, fake food that we're eating at the grocery store. I can't think of processed food. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Actually,
and eat more whole food.
When I do paleo, believe it or not, I never go into the center of the shopping.
Right, you shop the perimeter.
I shop the perimeter because that's where all the healthy food is.
Right.
All the processed food, not all of it, but a lot of the processed food is in the center. There is some processed food on the outside, but for the most part, all the processed food is in the center. And if you start reading those ingredients, to me, years ago, I was taught, if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or more than 5 ingredients or something like that. Right. No, absolutely.
It's crazy. And your protein shakes, vanilla, my favorite. You have chocolate.
Yep. You have coffee.
You have coffee now.
Yes.
I haven't tried that. I'm trying that next. Your chocolate mint, which is seasonal and special, was yummy.
Yes.
And what I did too is I put I added other things to it.
Yes.
So to make it, even more interesting and change it up. So it's not the same taste every day.
Right. Frozen berries. You can add almond milk. I make mine with water. John makes his with almond milk or coconut milk or water. And it's really great because you can just dial them up, with whatever you want to put in them.
What I like about it, and I've had many shakes in my lifetime, I struggle. I have a 20-pound struggle.
Okay.
But with that said, it's the only shake that I've ever had, truly, the only shake that I've ever had that made with water tastes amazing. Usually other ones, it's like, ew.
Right.
It tastes processed. And it's pea
protein. Yes. Yep. And brown rice. So
what does that mean?
It's a vegan protein. So we don't And we have so there's no dairy, right? Because dairy is from an animal. So there's no whey, which is a common allergen. And also with our 30-day nutrition, it
whey,
helps.
W-H-E-Y,
Yes,
not
exactly.
W-A-Y.
Right. Yep. And so it eliminates common allergens.
Correct.
So it's a vegan protein shake. It's easily digestible in your system and no synthetic sugars. So it's not going to give you a crash. And
It's good for your body, and you really see a difference. I mean, the energy level just skyrockets.
Yes.
And I'm telling you from my personal experience, no, I'm not making any guarantees or anything like that, but it really made my energy just skyrocket through the roof. And I just felt better.
Right.
And
because you're actually feeding your body and you're feeding your cells, and it's easily digestible. So many of us are eating so much that we don't recognize our body is working so hard.
And craving. Well, that's what causes the fatigue, is our body is just working so hard to process, especially carbohydrates. I notice the difference is, every once in a while I have to have my carb attack where I have, a pasta or something like that. I am Italian. It's hard to cut that out. I was like, wait, what? That's a lifestyle for me. But, and I'm finding even with pasta, if you get homemade pasta as opposed to store-bought pasta, huge difference. That's the difference between when I went to Italy with my son and came back. We ate pasta every day.
Yes.
But I didn't have that carb drag. I didn't gain weight. I actually lost weight.
I've heard that so often. And it's just crazy because there was a book that I was reading, and I can't forget I don't remember the title, but it talks about the calories are different. And so when you're eating different things and they're made different ways, it's affecting you differently. And it's just fascinating because if you stop and thought about it, that makes complete sense.
It makes complete sense.
But we just don't think about it, right?
No.
And so it's not just a pasta thing. It's just the processed pasta that we're eating that's a challenge. Because when it's processed, it's being processed with all these chemicals. Right.
And even our fruits and vegetables, in some cases, they're being gassed. Anything I'm like, no. It's, to me, again, if it's a priority, you're going to make it work. Somehow you're going to make it work. And I think we should make it the standard and the norm where we haven't. And I think it's the wave is moving in the right direction.
I absolutely agree.
So what else is in the 30-day Arbonne Healthy Living bundle?
So we have...
I call it a bundle.
Yes, I love that. And so we have a tea that you can drink cold or warm with milk thistle and peppermint. It's really great for your digestive tract. And
milk thistle is excellent for your digestive tract.
Kidneys and your liver. It just helps support your body to work its best. We have Energy Fizz tabs, which are phenomenal. If you drink too much coffee, or you drink, if you drink too much coffee, or you drink too much soda, and you want to cut down on that, that'll help you without having that sugary crash. And then we have protein bars, and we have other added. I'm trying to think. Oh, we have digestive enzymes called a Digestion Plus.
I like the green.
Yeah. Oh, the green boost is amazing. I do that in the morning. I do that.
I do the green shot in my shake.
That's how John does it. So I do mine separately in the morning with my digestive enzymes. So it's to help your microbiome. So it's a probiotic and a prebiotic.
Right.
So it goes through your system and really helps your microbiome. And everyone's kind of talking about that right now, right? And we have all these different
I thought they were swearing at me.
Yes.
I wasn't sure. No, I'm just joking.
So, and I put our collagen support in there too. And
what's the collagen support?
So collagen support, it's a vegan plant-based. It helps your instead of collagen generally comes from generally comes from animals. So ours is a plant-based, and it helps support your body to make its own more collagen, because as we get older, we make less and less collagen, and we see the changes in that. So
without a doubt. Without a doubt. So what else is in there? There's another product that we're missing. So it's a boost.
Oh, the Fiber Boost.
Fiber Boost. There it is.
And I love that. It's tasteless, odorless, and so you can add it to anything. Warm, cold. You can put it into your shake, or you can put it into your tea, and mix it up, and it's tasteless and odorless, and it gives you your fiber for the day.
Love it. I love it. It's a really good package because you have a little bit of everything. You get to try a little bit of everything, and it's worth it. It's 30 days supply. It's very generous because I think it really can last a little longer than 30 days. But all the products taste good.
Right.
That's what I like, because sometimes they taste, some of the products, some other companies, they taste very synthetic, and these are all plant-based. So,
Right. So that makes a difference.
Tastes good. It's healthy for you. It's good for you. It's really price achievable.
Right. And no fillers. So that's the other thing. So it's all active ingredient, and that makes a big difference because a little bit goes a long way.
So let's talk about the work opportunity. So what is it? Tell me what the opportunity looks like, and tell me what someone would have to do to become an Arbonne representative.
Sure. So it's $49 and you get your website. I tell people you get your business in the box, right? And you get to work it from your cell phone and your laptop. And that's what I love because it's internet based. So you could be on vacation and a website never, your storefront shuts down. With your website, people love to shop online at night. So we have over 450 different consumable products that people use every single day. So I tell people, whether you are a skincare person, or you just care about your baby products, or you just care about your nutrition, or you just care about the shave gel and toothpaste and deodorant that you're using.
The eye pads.
Yes. Those are amazing. Yes.
I love, and the face mask.
We should have did the show with them on.
We should have done them with them on. I should have brought them. And the face mask. Oh my God, it's so soothing.
Yes.
So soothing. I love those products. Those two are my favorite products. Other than the shake. I love those.
Right.
But
because they feel so good on your skin. And you see a result once you take it off and you use it. Yes.
Almost immediately.
Yes.
It was incredible. I did, the one-on, one-off thing. And I was like, all right, I feel like my own personal infomercial.
Yes.
Big difference.
Yes.
Huge.
Because if you do both, then you don't necessarily see the difference. So I tell people to do that. Or when we used to do in-home presentations, now it's really, I think we will go back to that. We're starving and craving. I miss those presentations.
Well, it's different when you have the people, and in this opportunity, you get taught by somebody. You have somebody who on your team who helps you learn all about the products and helps you teach this. Where you could do it via Zoom, or you could do it, via text message, or you could do it in person.
Right.
The thing about doing those, either Zoom or having those classes, those table lessons, is you learn more about how to use the product properly.
Yeah.
That's something you don't get buying something off the shelf. It's like you read the instruction, you follow the instructions, you're like, it doesn't work.
Right.
But there are other ways you could use the products. Like there's a product I know that's a toothpaste that someone could actually use as a deodorant. I did not know that.
Oh my gosh.
And
I didn't realize that either.
You can.
Oh my goodness.
You don't obviously use a lot, but you could use it in a pinch, and somebody found that out by accident and was like, that's all she uses now.
Oh my goodness.
She uses the toothpaste.
Right.
And she uses that as her deodorant.
Right.
So I personally choose the deodorant.
Yes.
But for her, that really worked. But it's those kind of multiple uses. And then just understanding, like, you give menus that go hand in hand with this. You don't just send them the product and go, good luck with that, figure it out by yourself. You have like a Facebook group that they can come in. And in the Facebook group, oh my God, it's amazing, sharing all these recipes.
Yes.
And then each individual consultant then can take that information and use it within their own private community of ladies and men and stuff like that. And I see a lot of men doing this as well.
Absolutely. Because everybody is using these types of products. And so I love that because it really is so far reaching. And that's something that was so attractive to me, because it wasn't just one product for one type of person or something like that. It was, I could speak to anybody that has skin or hair, and hair was kind of optional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
But you still, every single product, and you have them for all ages, right?
Right.
From teenagers up.
Yes, to anti-aging.
Well, from babies.
Babies. Yep, to
the anti-aging line.
Right.
They just did a repackaging on that.
Yes, the Age Well, which is fantastic line.
Right. So let's talk about teenagers and balancing children and having this home online business.
I love that my children have seen me grow a multi-million-dollar business right
Role
from
model,
home,
yeah.
and being class mom, and John being able to be class dad, and now they're in high school, so you don't go up to the school and participate anymore. I never had to miss anything. And that really was one of the biggest things for me. And then also, as things change in your life, like my parents are older and my mother just passed away, like I didn't have to worry about checking in with the boss if I wanted to take the day off or step outside and have a phone call or do a quick Zoom. It really gave me so much freedom and flexibility that I really appreciate even now more than I did. And I love this from day one when I started. But when you go through these different things, because, life throws a lot of fastballs at you. Challenges, right? And we all have these different experiences. And it just allows you to really see the benefit of having this income that isn't determined on me clocking in or showing up at a certain day and time where it was when I ran my branch.
Right. And you have not only freedom and control of every day, but you can make as much money as you want.
Right.
And you can put as much energy in as you want or not.
Yes.
And you could just use the products, or you can, and that's what I love about the $49 is that you could just spend the $49 and be a shopper and save how much?
Right. You save 35%.
35%.
Right. And we have all different, we have all different specials now, which are absolutely amazing.
And you have makeup.
We have makeup. Right.
Beautiful makeup.
Yeah. And we also have preferred clients. So if somebody just wanted to be a shopper, and I say that's like a Costco membership, you pay $29 and you get 20% off.
Right.
So we have so many different options, and you can, of course, go to earnings.arbonne.com to check out what the averages are. I do have to have a disclaimer, me being a regional vice president, that is the top 2% of the company. But I really believe that anybody can achieve that. The road is paved. So you just have to follow the path. And whether you want it to go fast or you want to take 5 years or 10 years to get there, you have that ability. It's totally in your hands because we just have a system that you duplicate.
Yeah, I love the fact that, you really don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I talk to people and my clients about that. It's like, first, stay in your wheelhouse and don't reinvent the wheel. There's no reason. And if it's not an area that you're comfortable in, you can find somebody else. And to me, the other thing I love about this product is you don't have to be a salesperson. You're not selling it. It's a lifestyle change. And you're talking about just helping people change over their products. I love it when, you go into someone's house and you can literally change all of their products in their house into healthier products in their house. And the cost savings is actually there. That you just don't think that it could possibly be. And you look at your bill and go, oh my gosh, I'm saving so much money.
Right.
Because you do that cost analysis. And to me, even if it wasn't saving money for a specific product for me, it's still worth it because not only is it better for me, it's better for my family, but it's also better for the environment.
Right.
So across the board, that to me just resonates. Here we talk on Healthy Lifestyle about being a servant and serving others. And you're definitely serving others as a leader. You're a true leader, Jackie.
Oh, thank
I
you.
love what you do. I love the energy you bring to everything, including our networking group. It's just like you come in boundless and no matter what's going on in your life, you just come in with this positive, beautiful attitude. And I love that. I love that about you. And it's very, it's contagious.
Right.
And it's a really great thing. And you do lead a humongous team in Arbonne, and you are the top 2%. So you should be very proud of yourself. If you haven't taken the moment to just turn around and look back at what you've accomplished, look at what you've accomplished.
Yeah, we have amazing leaders. And that's what I love because we all have different strengths. So all the VPs in my success line and even above me, we're all different. We're doing the same thing. We're authentically doing it in our own way. And that's what I love because we all have different strengths and we can draw on each other.
Well, making it your own is giving it your voice. Giving it your voice is what makes you successful. And again, if you read a gazillion, which I have, over 17 pages of books on businesses and stuff like that to make sure that I bring and show up for my clients, there's two things that come into play that are the same. You got to set goals. I know you're a goal setter.
Yes,
you got to set goals and you absolutely have to take action. If you don't do the two together, you're not going to see the success you desire. But any successful person, look at them. Name anybody that comes to mind. That's their success equation, if you will. That's the model you want. And you come in and you give them the model. They just have to really follow the instructions.
Right.
And then they'll be successful.
And I tell people the best part is nobody dies in Arbonne, right? We're talking about hand soap and shampoo and protein shakes. And so there's no mistake that really hasn't ever been made. And it's okay, right? And so we just learn and you keep going and you just get better and better and you just keep evolving. And I think that for me, that was one of the biggest things because it never really, I'm embarrassed to say, after I graduated college and I was a numbers person and a finance, it never occurred to me other than just reading a book for, like a story, to continue my education until this was put in front of me. And then I realized, oh my gosh, there's a whole another side.
Yeah, but it's so exciting to learn what's available.
Yes.
And
tap into that.
Exactly. Thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate the type of leadership you bring to everything that you do and the type of human you are. You're just such a good person. And I really do like you so very, very much. So thank you for being part of our lives here. And thank you for being part of Healthy Lifestyle. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I'm just excited for everything to start opening up and people start thriving and getting out. We're in the springtime and jumping into the summer.
Yes.
And I just wish everybody the best and just to go for it. Just, decide, write it down and take those little baby steps.
Yep.
They'll take you so far.
Absolutely. I love that. Goals, goals, and then take action. We say that here as well. So thank you all for joining us today on Healthy Lifestyle. It always lifts my heart to spend this time with you. I hope you do a little something for someone else, little pay it forward, if you will, for the month of June. Well, actually for your whole life, but we're going to focus on it for the month of June. How's that? What do you think, Michael? Good idea?
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, he's a man of few words. But anyway.
You're coming up on the end of the show. I don't want to take all your time.
There you go. Fair enough. Anyway, thank you all for joining us today in Healthy Lifestyle with Lori Anne. I am Lori Anne Casdia. Until next time, play a higher role, serve a higher purpose, show up for you, and show up big.